Hello dear friends. Welcome back to the channel. Here, we don't just improve your English, we rebuild your confidence from the inside out. You don't struggle with English. You struggle with being seen trying. And that one fear is silently controlling your future. Most people think their problem is grammar. Some blame vocabulary. Others say their pronunciation is weak. But that is not the real issue. The real issue is much deeper and much more uncomfortable to admit. You are not bad at English. You are addicted to staying silent. Silence feels safe. Silence protects your image. Silence keeps you from embarrassment. But silence also keeps you average. And today, I am going to show you the truth you have been avoiding. The silent comfort zone. There is a comfort zone that looks harmless but slowly destroys your confidence. It is not laziness. It is not lack of vocabulary. It is the habit of staying silent when you actually want to speak. Let me introduce you to Daniel. Daniel works in an international company. His English is good. He understands meetings. He writes emails in English. He watches interviews without subtitles. If you talk to him one-on-one, he can explain his thoughts clearly. On the surface, nothing is wrong. But everything changes in a meeting. When the manager asks, "Does anyone have an opinion?" Daniel feels a sudden pressure inside his chest. His heart beats faster. His mind starts racing. He knows exactly what he wants to say. The idea is clear. The sentence is ready. But then fear enters quietly. What if I mispronounce something? What if they judge my accent? What if I pause? What if I look nervous? And in those few seconds of doubt, Daniel chooses silence. Not because he cannot speak, but because silence feels safer. The meeting continues. Another colleague shares the same idea Daniel had. Everyone appreciates it. Daniel sits there quietly, pretending he does not care. But deep inside, he knows he missed his moment. This is the silent comfort zone. It protects you from embarrassment today, but it steals your growth tomorrow. Every time Daniel stays silent, his brain learns that speaking is dangerous and silence is safe. Slowly, this becomes a pattern. Then it becomes a habit. Then it becomes identity. He stops seeing himself as someone who can speak English confidently. He starts seeing himself as someone who understands but does not talk. And that is where the real problem begins. This is not about grammar. This is not about vocabulary. This is about courage. And if you stay in this silent comfort zone, your English will never grow beyond your fear. The ego trap. Daniel's real problem is not fear. It is ego. Not arrogance. Not pride in a loud way. But a silent ego that wants to look smart without risking looking foolish. Daniel does not want to sound like a beginner. He does not want people to see him searching for words. He does not want to pause and think in front of others. He wants his English to come out perfectly or not at all. And that is the trap. Because perfection is the excuse that keeps him silent. Before every meeting, Daniel tells himself, "Today I will speak." But when the moment comes, another thought appears. If I cannot say it perfectly, I should not say it. So he waits for the perfect sentence. He waits for the perfect timing. He waits until his voice sounds confident in his head. But confidence does not come before speaking. It comes after speaking. This is where most people get stuck. They are not afraid of English. They are afraid of damaging their image. Daniel would rather look quiet and intelligent than speak and risk looking average. And every time he chooses image over growth, his confidence becomes weaker. After months of this pattern, something changes inside him. He no longer even tries to speak first. He automatically assumes others are better. He convinces himself that maybe his ideas are not strong enough. But the truth is simple. His English did not limit him. His ego did. He was protecting how he looked instead of building who he could become. And as long as Daniel chooses protection over progress, nothing will change. The 10-second courage rule. Daniel finally realized something painful. He was not waiting for better English. He was waiting for zero fear. And that day will never come. So, he decided to try something different. Not a new course. Not new vocabulary. Not pronunciation practice. A simple rule. The 10-second courage rule. The next time he felt the urge to speak in a meeting, he did not wait for confidence. He did not wait for the perfect sentence. He did not wait for his fear to disappear. He counted backwards in his head. 10, 9, 8. Before his brain could create more excuses, he raised his hand and started speaking. His voice was not perfectly steady. He paused once. He mispronounced one word. But something surprising happened. Nobody laughed. Nobody judged him. Nobody attacked him. In fact, people listened. Was it perfect? No. Was it powerful? Yes. Because for the first time, Daniel chose growth over comfort. The next meeting, he did it again. Not long speeches. Not dramatic statements. Just one small contribution. One sentence. One opinion. And slowly, something changed. His fear did not disappear. But his tolerance for discomfort increased. That is the shift. Confidence is not the absence of fear. Confidence is the decision to speak while fear is present. After a few weeks, Daniel no longer needed to count from 10 every time. Speaking became less dramatic, less scary, more normal. Not because his English suddenly became perfect, but because he broke his addiction to silence. And once you break that pattern, your identity starts changing. You stop being the quiet observer. You become the participant. And that changes everything. The identity shift. 2 months later, Daniel was not a different person. He was the same Daniel. Same accent. Same grammar level. Same vocabulary. But his identity had changed. Earlier, he used to enter meetings hoping nobody would ask him anything. Now he entered meetings asking himself, where can I contribute? Earlier, silence felt safe. Now silence felt uncomfortable. Not because he became fearless, but because he understood something powerful. Every time he spoke, even imperfectly, he was voting for a new version of himself. A version that participates. A version that risks. A version that grows. One day, during a team discussion, Daniel shared an idea confidently without counting from 10. He did not rehearse it in his head 5 times. He did not wait for someone else to say it first. He just spoke. And this time, it was not about approval. It was about ownership. That is the moment everything changes. Not when your English becomes perfect, but when you stop hiding behind silence. Daniel's career did not change overnight. His fluency did not magically double. But something far more important happened. He stopped seeing himself as someone who understands but does not speak. He became someone who speaks. And once that identity shifts, improvement becomes natural. You are not bad at English. You are just protecting yourself too much. You are choosing safety over growth, image over progress, silence over opportunity. And every time you stay quiet, you are teaching your brain that your voice does not matter. But it does. Your ideas matter. Your perspective matters. Your growth matters. The next time you feel fear rising in your chest, do not wait for confidence. Count to 10. And speak anyway. Because the real problem was never your English. It was your addiction to being silent. And today, that ends. Before you leave this video, I want you to do something uncomfortable. In the comments, write this sentence. I will not stay silent anymore. Not for me. For yourself. Because the moment you write it publicly, you create pressure to act differently. And if this video made you feel exposed, that means it was meant for you. So do not just watch and disappear. Take action. Like this video so more silent people can find it. Share it with someone who understands English but never speaks. Subscribe if you are serious about rebuilding your confidence. Turn on the bell icon to know when we exactly post the new video. Your English will improve, but only if your courage improves first. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.